Assalamualaikum and good day, Doctor. My name is Aktakullah bin Abu Zahrim, CF190195. We are from Group Project number 8 in class Geotechnics 2, Section 3. Our project title is Slope Remedial Techniques, or known as Slope Stability. So, what is slope failures? Slope failures are common in many parts of the world and they occur for a variety of reasons, resulting in massive losses to the locals. This project evaluates initiatives that can improve slope safety by taking into account the corrective measures to deal with the factors that cause slope instability and discusses the use of risk management strategies to address the problems that can cause the slope to fail. There are many types of slope failures, but I have only highlight only three, which are falls, toppers, and lateral spreads. Falls are sudden downhill motions with no preceding movements or warnings. They occur when a rock mass breaks from the slope along a discontinuity plane, which can be caused by fractures, joints, or bedding. Toppers are a type of failure that occurs in rock materials and looks like a fall. Lateral spreads are deformational event generated by liquefaction, which is the process by which a saturated soil typically sends losses strength due to a fast shift in its initial stress condition. As a result, the soil behaves more like a liquid than a solid. Light deformation occur on less steep slopes and are typically caused by dynamic stresses such as earthquake. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Anshuka Hamira binti Hamdan. Today I would like to talk about past successes in installing Kaisen Pywal and also when constructing the Soy Nailing. Firstly, for the Kaisen Pywal, on the November 2001, Lebanese landslide has occurred. It has caused fatal to the residential around it. To fix this problem, an anchor pywall with an additional anchor grip beam structure was proposed. Over the year, the slope remedial on the Lebanese landslide has received positive feedback from the engineer. Firstly, the grip deformations decrease over time, and secondly, the retaining structure and the drainage system operated effectively over the time. Secondly, soy nailing and pressure grouting has been evolved since 1917. They have solved many slope failure. As example, at India, a landslide has occurred in the critical state. To fix this problem, steel bars are placed at an optimal angle into the soil slope and pressure grouting, which is the short grip, were grouted towards the soy nailing to keep the soy nailing in place. Then, to design the soy nail, American and British standard was used. The positive feedback from this slope remedial is we have identified that the factor of safety is 1.29, which is safe under heavy rains. Also, the process is fast.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Adlina binti Badru Hisham, metric number AF190120, and today I will explain about our technique that we propose to remediate the slope failure at Bukit Antara Bangsa. So the first technique that we propose is using the Kaizon Pywal. We construct the 30 meters of deep Kaizon Pywall with diameter of 1.5 meters and using the space at 2 meters center. This is to intercept the failure plane in order to reduce the global instability and ensure adequate socketing into the hard stratum were obtained. So why do we choose Kaizon Pywall? The advantages of employing Kaizon wall include in fact that it is a rigid shoring method that avoid ground loss and it's perfect for shoring near to existing structure and other sensitive infrastructure. It can be installed in poor soil condition below the water table and improve control of groundwater, which make it can be designed as a cut of wall to retain water and reduce project dewatering requirement. The second technique that we choose is using the soy nailing. So we propose to install the soy nail with T32 tendon and pressure grouting. This is because we aim to overcome the localized failure of the existing slope at the site area. Pressure grouting was proposed in conjunction with soy nail installation to ensure that the soy nail achieve adequate encouraged friction, and particularly in the slab pockets. So according to JMG resistivity test, loose pocket can be found in around 20% of the slope area. As a result, in order to straighten the slope, this 20% of the slope area must be covered with grout. Soy nailing is construction technique that allows for the safe overstepping of new or existing soil slope, and it is used to remediate unstable natural soil slope.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Triad Modern Di Santoso Ben Sumar with metric number of CF190200. I want to explain on the application of soil nail technique. The first one is the application of soil nail technique for strengthening the dam under a hydroelectric power station. The station was built in 1910 on the Radunia River. The dam store is supported by 5-meter high concrete retaining wall. Several cracks were detected in the stone face of the structure. The earth nailing technique was used to fix this retaining wall and strengthen the dam base without destroying it. In the first stage of wall restoration, the stone facing was removed, followed by the installation of a layer of light steel mesh on the wall and the application of a 70mm layer of concrete. After that, the nail holes were bored into the structure at 1.3 meter vertical and horizontal spacing. The higher steel rods were then placed and grouted into the borehole, measuring 16mm in diameter and 5 meters in length. Finally, a stone facing was applied to the stabilized wall. Second is the application of soil nailing technique on Southern Tower, Sandomier's Castle. Sandomier's Castle located on a hill above to the Vistula River. There are several of vertical crack in the castle wall that was caused by a potential slope failure induced by the ground deformation in the castle southern tower. The reduction of subsoil carrying capacity was induced by a rise in soil moisture on the castle, as well as the traffic vibration from the neighboring neighborhood. Soil nailing technology was presented to stabilize and improve the slope of the castle. Soil nails are installed in grid pattern at horizontal nail spacing 1.2 meter and vertical spacing of 1.5 meter. The nails were drilled through the wall and grotted into the soil. The nail head were secured and concealed within the wall, like the second figure. The stones that were removed from the facing during the nail installation were returned to their original position to preserve the historical monument original appearance.
My name is Tan Chun Yu. Now I want to present about the long-term stability for the chosen technique. The technique that we choose have two, which is by constructing a Kaisen wall and install the soil nail and pressure grouting. So actually, by constructing a Kaisen wall, it can consider permanent, and because it can last for very long. And a Kaisen wall is an excavation support system constructed by vertically drilled force to form an interlocking second wall. A sequence of shoulder piles and Kaisen fillers make up the shoring wall, with the piles reinforced with steel beams and fillers left unreinforced and filled with low-strength concrete. And the other one is install the soil nails and pressure grouting. Soil nailing is an earth retention technique used to stabilize the slope, existing retaining walls, and deep cuts. During the installation of soil nail walls, posts are drilled with a slight downward slope. Reinforcing bars are inserted into the holes, and then the bars are grouted into place for stability. Typically, multiple soil nails are installed in an engineered pattern to stabilize slopes and other structures.
In conclusion, over the decades, these slope remedial techniques, which are Kaisen Pywal, Soy Nailing, and pressure grouting, has shown positive feedback from the engineer and society. Many advantages can be taken from them, such as quick process and minimal movement during the construction. This remedial technique can stabilize the slope at a long time, but it is depending on its design. However, to maintain this slope remedial technique, we must ensure that visual inspection and maintenance of the slope stabilization is done regularly. That's all from me. Thank you.